The new administration has been in power for 12 months now. You guys have been there for 12 months. There's a lot of expectations, my man. And there's been pockets of frustrations that there's more talking than doing. You risk becoming like the NDP. Where, we are so used to plans. I mean, Africa is not short of good talk. Africa is short of the ground actually moving to create our Dubais, our Singapores, and that type of thing. What do you say to those people who say there's been so much talk in the last thing? And then, if you quick wins, I mean, before we talked about, I mean, even the civil service, where you have a culture that's so entrenched, that's frustrating us in the private. When you say private sector led, you got to let us be able to do business with government easily. Not where permits is still an issue, license is still an issue. I mean, for me, look, I'm a private sector guy. I mean, those things don't need 12 months. If you say we're going to have this parliament just to kill, now I thought your parliament, your July sitting was about basically the red tape was, permits, visas, all that kind of stuff. That's just frustrating people. You want to nail them. So what do you say to those, that level of frustration? Because they are still your voters.
No, I think hope is a very, very important thing that one needs to have, and an exercise of patience. But what I can say is, as a country, now from outside politics, we just need to love our country back. The frustrations that we have, even in as the new administration, they're still there. We want things done as soon as possible, but we are battling with the culture that has been entrenched in people's way of doing things for the longest of time. That's 58 years of an engine that is, I don't want to say running perfectly, but there are no crinkling sound. It's smooth, but it's very, very difficult to just change those gears and, So that is one thing that is we are challenged with. There's so many inefficiencies, but like again, we are doing reforms one step at a time. But we believe this country can change in the shortest period of time, provided people start loving their country back. I mean, you get people who are influential from the civil service. They'll tell you these red flags. Then they themselves, no, the thing is we need to do, but you are there to actually change it, but you are waiting for a politician to actually say, some of these things you just need to be a Motswana to cut these red flags out. But now we have a population that is frustrated, rightfully so. We have complacency and comfort, from people who just, I'm permanent and pensionable. I go to work, I'll sort this one out. There's a vacancy, it's not filled. What's our leave here, and you are the only person who signs that permit.
What are you doing about it?
Reforms.
That's the big question. Have they started? Should we see?
So far, I think this parliament has done so many reforms compared to other parliaments.
Within the same space of time. We haven't felt them yet, so tell us about them.
Cut us some slack.
Talk to us. Which ones are the most, I mean, you're a project man. You know that projects, what I always say, when you have projects that go 2-3 years, you always have the quick win projects. And if you were now as the let's say in the HE space, and say for year one, these are 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's legislation. Sometimes it takes a while to get the feel. But you are saying this is what you should now expect from now. I mean, have you got any of those? You said they're on. I mean, you're begging me to cut you slack, but talk to me.
I think let's focus on. I'm gonna leave the legislation part off intentionally because, like you said, legislation takes a bit of time. But let's just take this BET, Botswana Economic Transformation Program. It had labs that all these projects that stalled in the past, they were brought onto the stage and they were scrutinized, and all the stakeholders were there. And the beautiful thing about the BETP program is that it's also a self-assessing program. So you had all these people who are, let's say if there's a road that needs to be built, you identify what was the problem with it. Permits. The permit guy is there, explains what was the problem. No, it gets solved. Even in implementation, we are going to get to that point where, if there's a
bottleneck,
you
keep chipping bottleneck,
it picks it up. It's like an expanded project management office, of which I advocate for that. We need these project management offices.
Correct,
yeah. But the BETP program is one of those things that, when you talk about 12 months, it's actually one of the brilliant things that ever came out of this administration. Now they are doing these road shows to get players to come in, and it's a very, very beautiful thing. If you ask me, if I'm in the HE space, outside legislation, and also within the BETP, it has all the amendments that we need to do to unlock. Like the liberalization of the railway
of the railway line. It's in there.
It's in there.
Okay.
So, and also it gives you timelines. This can be executed within the shortest period of time, and also allows whoever is involved in that project to actually beat that record time. So it's a very beautiful,
very unique. Yeah,
it's a very beautiful program to have come out of this 12 months. So I think for me that would be my answer. But reforms the things, say the policy, the special development code. We got rid of the development control code. Even the naming itself,
control.
It just it tells you how wired we are. Development control code. You don't want to control the development, but you need to be flexible and allow for development. So I think that's where we are heading. And the BETP is going now. Now that is a self-assessing tool. It can be implemented now in all these ministries, in all government, to say, okay, fine, you get BETP lab there, things get done. Yeah, but again, it boils down to loving our country back. We have the brilliant of ideas, but the majority of the civil service are hardwired in terms of how things work.
So are you saying, let's take BETP, which, as you said, has been done in a very unique, which has never happened in Botswana before, that matodi next year we should start seeing, like you said, some of them were a bit blind to those reforms which are built into BETP. That's why sometimes it will be harsh on you guys. And it's important. Politicians should be on the hot seat. We need to pressure cook you guys.
Yes, because I agree we can
represent people. Absolutely. Yes. Oscar for granted.
That's true.
Yeah.